we began to feel the fire. We rise like tall buildings as the chemicals they take us higher. The night's young, it has just begun as she puts her hand in mine. We wanna chase the night, wanna dance to the light, pull the stars from the sky, just two hearts running wild. Never sleep, never stop, as we shout from the top. We're gonna be two hearts running wild. So loud as the hours pass, we're gonna do it all again. We wanna chase the night, wanna dance to the light, pull the stars from the sky, just two hearts running wild. Never sleep, never stop, as we shout from the top. We're gonna be two hearts running wild. The moonlights, summer sky, it was the best we ever had. And we'll stay young forever, we'll never have regrets. We wanna chase the night, wanna dance to the light, pull the stars from the sky, just two hearts running wild. Never sleep, never stop, as we shout from the top. We're gonna be two hearts running wild. We're gonna be two hearts running wild. Our hearts beat to the city streets. We began to feel the fire. We rise like tall buildings as the chemicals they take us higher. The night's young, it has just begun as she puts her hand in mine. We wanna chase the night, wanna dance to the light, pull the stars from the sky, just two hearts running wild. Never sleep, never stop, as we shout from the top. We're gonna be two hearts running wild. So loud as the hours pass, we're gonna do it all again. We wanna chase the night, wanna dance to the light, pull the stars from the sky, just two hearts running wild. Never sleep, never stop, as we shout from the top. We're gonna be We're gonna be Our hearts beat to the city streets. We began to feel the fire. We rise like tall buildings as the chemicals that take us higher. The night's young and it's just begun as she puts a hand in mine. We wanna chase the night, wanna dance to the light, pull the stars from the sky, just two hearts running wild. Never sleep, never stop, as we shout from the top. We're gonna
29 and I find myself wondering what did happen to the last 10. I ran away with my life, fast forward, never turn back again. It's kind of funny that the more we pass time, the more we need to set the rewind. And 19 was the year I had to leave you, but now I'm seeing all the signs. Is this really happening? I can't believe it's true. I'm just as surprised as you. Is this really happening? I can't be too sure, but one day I'll be.
Good morning, beautiful people. How's it going? Hoga Homestead, CB is here. Whistle Stop Homestead. Thank you so much for being here. Good morning. I'm here this morning, going to make my coffee, and I'll come back. Thank you so much, Marilyn, Little Homestead by the Beach. How's it going, everyone? Rebecca, Touched by Yarn. Thank you so much for stopping by. How's it going? I kind of woke up late this morning. Well, not that I woke up late. It's just that I got home late last night and didn't really have time to shower and was really tired. So I decided to wait this morning to go and take a little relaxation session in the bathtub. My daughter had a volleyball tournament. Figure out that turns out that she started playing volleyball about 2 months ago. She made the development team, which is how we call it here. It's like we have the strong team at school, which is mostly a bunch of grade 8 graders, and she's playing with the younger team to become the next player from the strong team. So next year this should be better because they realized throughout the years that when they arrive at the age where they should be the strongest players, the oldest one, if they've never played the sport before, it's really hard not to just to learn, but you start from scratch to get to the higher level. It's very, very hard. And then they go to the high school and it's the same thing. So now they're taking the team players that want to play from grade 5 to grade 7, and they put them on like a farm team kind of. And they're just playing for fun to progress and learn and, enjoy the game. So they had a tournament about 2 hours and a half away yesterday. It was the first time they ever played a game. And, they lost in semifinals against the team that won the last tournament, 26-24 and 25-22, which is, in my opinion, incredible considering this was their first tournament. There was a team there that apparently we were told that they should have been in the first division because they were really, really strong, and we even won a set against them, which is pretty incredible. My daughter played well, very proud of her, and we finished the semifinal game around 8 o'clock last night. So you can imagine driving 2 hours and a half on our way back home in Moose Country. And as much as there's not as much moose at this time of year as it would be in the spring, when we were driving up there yesterday morning, we could see all the tracks in the snow, and there's a lot of them that come out at night. Considering they usually don't come out during the day, they would come out at night, and you can see the tracks all over the place. Good morning, Dave. Just turned on the heater in the greenhouse. Talking about heater, my father-in-law apparently is giving me a little heater, propane heater for my ice fishing tent. So that's going to be something I'm going to have to try out soon. Let me just put that properly. There you go. I think I'm more centered now. And I'm wondering, is there a way with the settings to zoom in with the camera a little bit? No. Like I wish. I'm not even sure what I'm trying. But yeah, if I can get that heater in ice fishing tent, and I can try it out a little bit, I should be able to keep the warmth in there and go ice fishing soon. I have so much ice fishing gear, fishing in general, stuff for camping now. I just can't wait for the ice to be built properly so that I can go ice fishing. Good morning, Kevin Hawthorne. How's it going? Thank you so much for stopping by. So yeah, usually by the time I start having this little chat with you guys in the morning on Sunday, my coffees have gone. But waking up later and being a little late on everything this morning, let's just say that my coffee is full. Also, I've been looking for a kayak rack because, I've been talking about wanting to have a kayak, but I can't go to the store and buy a kayak without having the space to put it. If I don't have the rack, how can I bring it home? So I started digging into that a little bit more, and I found out that with my Jeep, you need to have what they call the crossbars, because the way that the Jeep is made, there's like the side bars are built in the Jeep, but there's no way to tie up anything on it. There's no like holes where you can pass a rope or anything, and all the racks are meant to be on those racks. And I started looking around yesterday. There's a garage not too far that think the guy thinks that he might have one. If so, I could probably get it for a lot cheaper than what I would get it brand new. But also, my uncle thinks that he knows that he has one. He thinks it might fit on my Jeep. I just have to go and take a look. So I'll be going there a little bit later today. Let's take a look if that fits. And if it does fit, well, then I can get the rack on Amazon for about $60 brand new that would fit on those crossbars. And then whenever I have the money and time comes, more in springtime, I can just go and buy the kayak, and I'll have something to bring it back home. I have a tank top one for the greenhouse. I went ice fishing on the Thames River. It was nice to get out. It was nice to get out with my brother-in-law. Rebecca, on a lake, I think what I read is at least 4 inches to be safe. But I go fishing on seawater, salty water. It would still be about 4 inches to be safe, considered safe. But if it's 4 inches in one spot, it doesn't mean that it's 4 inches all over the place. And usually what I do is I wait until I see like the snowmobiles on the ice or the cars. And if I see those, they're a lot heavier than me. And if they don't go through the ice, then I feel like I'm safe. But seawater needs a lot colder temperatures to be able to freeze. And with the tides and everything, it can get cold, but if the tides go low, you don't see the water, so it doesn't freeze. And then if the tides come back up, the water comes out, and then it starts to freeze a little bit, but by going up and down, it doesn't have time to freeze properly. And last weekend, there were some people ice fishing not too far from here, actually about the same place I usually go. And they went fishing, but when they wanted to come out, the water level was too high, and it was a trench of water about 1.5 feet, 2 feet high, and they were kind of stuck there. So they had two choices: call for help. I think that's what they did, or wait until the tides go low. And you can imagine that it's a 6-hour cycle, so it could have taken about 3 hours. If you run out of your heating source, you can be freezing. A third option would have been to just cross in the water, hope to make it safe on the other side. It's kind of a dangerous situation because of hypothermia. You have to hurry up to get in your car, get all your wet clothes off, and it's not everyone who wants to take that risk, especially if you're an old man like me walking in the cold water. It was 10 inches on Lake St. Clair. Nice. One thing I want to do is call the DNR this week and try to find out if there's any place nearby where we can go ice fishing on a lake. And welcome back, Marilyn. Because from what I can see online, the closest place for ice fishing would be about an hour and a half away from here, which is not really ideal. I mean, we have so many lakes, so many streams, so many dams, so many everything around here. I just don't understand why we can't go ice fishing. I mean, at this time, there's about 10 inches of ice on lakes. They should allow us to go. Like in Ontario, I think there's no rules per se. As long as you find a way to fish, you can go fishing. It's not the same thing in Canada. Well, in Canada, in New Brunswick. We usually get pretty cold weather here in my part of the world. But in the last 2 years, last year and this year, the winter was a lot shorter. Last year we started getting snow. It was mid-March, and it lasted for about a month. And this year, I can't really say we have snow right now. I didn't need to shovel the stairs, not once. I think we had like one tiny storm of about 10 inches, and that was about it. I shoveled the snow. I think it was around Christmas, just before Christmas. But it's not as bad as it usually gets. 250,000 lakes in Ontario. I wonder how many there is in Canada, in New Brunswick. How many lakes in New Brunswick? 2,500 lakes, which is pretty cool. And the province also has 60,000 kilometers of rivers and streams. The province's largest open body of water is Grand Lake, which is located in central New Brunswick. There's a few maps that exist about the depth of all the lakes. Who has the most lakes in Canada? Alberta, 59,000 lakes. They're saying that Alberta has the highest amount of lakes. I think you might be wrong in your numbers, Dave. Let's see how many lakes in Ontario. So apparently they don't consider Ontario to be in Canada. I'm giving you the answers from the AI. No, not all lakes have fish, but most of them. Two million lakes in Canada. They say Manitoba has 100,000 lakes. Which province has the most lakes? Ontario. Okay, so there it is. For some reason, it was showing me Alberta, which was weird. Yeah, much better than 50 years ago. One of the problems we have here in New Brunswick is a few lakes after the big drought in 95 or 96 or maybe 93. In one of those years, I remember going on my uncle's cabin, and there was a nice river flowing behind his camp. And then that year, it was a very warm, almost no rain in the whole summer. It was so dry that it emptied a lot of streams and lakes. And with that big company in New Brunswick that most of you know of, clear cutting a lot of land, let's just say that all those tiny streams or underground water springs are now dry, which is not flowing in the small brooks anymore, which brings the water lower. Also, if the water is lower in those brooks, they fall into bigger rivers. They don't have as much water either, and so on. So the water level everywhere is going down now. And behind my uncle's cabin, my uncle's camp, I'm showing a video in one of my moose hunting video where I go there and I see a few tracks. This used to be full of water. It used to be about 20 feet wide of water flowing. And now you walk there. If it wasn't for all the mud, because it's very, very muddy, like a black mud that you would probably go down and stay stuck in that mud, you could probably cross on the other side without touching water, which is a huge amount of water that just disappeared in 1 year. And a few of those lakes or a few dams and lakes and stuff, the water level got so low that the plants started growing, the shrubs on the side started taking over, and that is also because the land is not as wet as it used to be. Those trees nearby also need to drink water, and everything together is making those lakes not good for trout. And most of those lakes now are full of what we call mudsuckers now. Chubs, I think are called. So a lot of those lakes, we've seen the trout population disappear completely. But if I can get my kayak, I'm hoping to be able to go and try all those lakes, see how I do when I go fishing all over the place. I'm going to spend a day on the water, no problem. I don't know, AI, sometimes you have to be specific on your questions to have a specific answer. Sometimes I'm looking for help with my homework. If I want to double check an answer or something, and I'll ask a question, and it will give me something that has nothing to do with what I'm talking about. And then I'll ask something very specific, and then the answer makes a lot more sense. So you could ask, what province in Canada is known for the amount of lakes? It's going to tell me Manitoba, because Manitoba has a lot of lakes. But if you ask what province of Canada has the most amount of lakes, then it will give me Ontario. But it's true, Ontario is a beautiful province because of that. Driving from Ottawa to Lanark, where the Homesteaders Conference was for the past 3 years, well, it wasn't in Lanark per se, but where we go, Darren's cabin, it's so beautiful. You drive around all those lakes all the time. You can't do more than 1 kilometer without seeing the lake. And it's crazy. It's pretty cool. There's so much water out there that it's probably full of fish. Here in New Brunswick, we have a lot of rivers, streams. I suppose for the size of the province, it's probably a lot similar to Ontario in a way. 2,500 lakes, still big amount of lakes, but most of them are in the middle of nowhere in the woods. You have to drive in the woods to arrive at a lake. Some of those lakes are almost non-accessible right now, and some of those lakes are like kind of dead. Like, I don't even know if they'd be considered lakes to that point, because there's no water going in, there's no water going out. Looking for new grow lights. My old ones are 10 years old. I usually wait. I think if you go, well, we have Canadian Tire that has some. Walmart also has some. What's the other one? Well, like Home Hardware and places like this would have some, and sometimes at this time of year, they're trying to get rid of the old stuff from last year before the new stuff comes in. So you might be able to get some stuff for a lot cheaper. A couple of years back, I was able to purchase this little greenhouse that was about $200 on sale for like $100. And those grow lights were usually $60. I got them for $20. You can always look around now before the new stuff comes in, although the new stuff is starting to come out now. At the end of the season is a good time also. At the end of the summer, my lips are a mess. Anyone has any plan for the week? Other than trying to see if I can get those crossbars for my Jeep. I don't really have any plans for today. I don't even have a video for this Wednesday. I don't even know what to do. Working, yeah, I'm going to be working all week as well. Honestly, I have no idea what to do for video. And I don't know. I feel like I should do one of those videos that I did in the past that worked so well and make another new video, new and improved video on those things. Like the hydro grow lights, the Jiffy pods that Darren made a video about also. Maybe they could help each other out and boost each other out. I need to make another video on this. If I put it this way, I think it's better. Something I didn't even know. It has a GPS tracking, brushless motor, 5G Wi-Fi camera, long battery life, GPS auto return. I didn't even know there was an auto return, so I'm gonna need to read on that a little bit more. I have no idea how to make it work. App control. I'm gonna need to find my book again. That's something I didn't even know that I had that. An auto return, so I can put the drone way up in the sky. Optical flow positioning, palm control, waypoint fly. So I suppose I can really circle flight. So I can put it in one position and just make it go high and circle like this. I didn't even know that my drone could do that. I'm gonna need to read a little bit more on that thing. I made a video on the drone a couple of years back, and I never really used it because I don't know how to drive it. All I know is that it's under the requirement weight, so I don't need to have a license. Well, yeah, Process Auto has some on sale. PV Mart is closing. It will be harder to get Homestead supplies. Yeah, well, they'll start selling the stuff somewhere else. I'm not worried about that. It might be a little bit more expensive, but we don't even have a PV Mart here, and I never ran out of any homesteading stuff. Don't they all have an auto return? I don't know. I don't think so. The other one I got for kids, I didn't see that on the drone. But when I look on the controller, oh really? I have a little button right there. We won a free ticket and $20. Awesome. Woot, woot, woot. All right, so we are buying lottery tickets as a little group at work, and since everyone is leaving, the group is getting smaller, but we keep winning free tickets and $20, so I suppose we're getting more tickets. Usually all we do is pay $2 a week, and if we win, well, we split in the gang. We have the tickets shown in our group before the draw, so if something happens that we win, we have the numbers and we know we have the proofs and everything. But I just realized there's a button on the joystick itself. I can make it come back home. Now, I don't know, like I'm gonna need to learn how to navigate that thing, because I don't know, it's pretty cool that I have this and never really used it, even if it's just to go higher than the house and be able to film me while I'm working in my garden. It's gonna be pretty cool to do some different angles on the stuff I do. Watching other YouTubers and how they do things is also making me realize the time I need to put in my videos when I film. And it's not just the editing that I need to do better, because on the editing side, I think I'm okay in terms of doing the job I need to do while editing. I think that what I need to do more that takes more time is, for example, when I go deer hunting, all you see is videos of what I'm seeing. But I need to make videos where I put the camera down, put it in a way that you'll see me walking. You see me pass by as though I was not aware the camera was there. And then after a while, I just stop, grab the camera. I don't show you that I actually turned around. And all you see is me walking by, and then I can have the camera on a tree somewhere where you see me coming and maybe turning somewhere and things like that. I see the videos about people that do that kind of stuff, and it's a lot more interesting to watch. And I agree, and that's something I want to improve in 2025. If I go on a hike, if I go snowshoeing, if I go camping or anything like that, to have the camera in a different angle. I have 2 GoPros, I have my phone, and if things keep going the way they are, I might even get an high definition filming camera from Temu, by the way it's going now, by doing Fishland. I'm getting closer and closer to get the free stuff. If you have GPS tracking, maybe you could do a flying map. I suppose I could. It has a waypoint flight, so I'm guessing that this is it. Like I could, it's just a matter of knowing how it works. I suppose it has to be done with the phone, with the app, because I don't see those buttons on the joystick. And I kind of have to put the phone with the drone if I want to film and do all those things. There was a drone show on the Detroit River. Cool. I was going at school the other night before the tournament, and there was a cop there taking images of the area. So I guess that's something they do for security. They go up and they film like everything around, so that if something happens, they know what is where and so on. And he was showing me the image. Like it can go up to 100 meters in the sky. That's pretty incredible. And the drone is a very expensive one, $10,000 drone. It was also explaining how at some point they were trying to find someone that was missing, and they used the drone, and with the is it infrared, or I think it's infrared, that option that you can see the heat, and someone was lost, and because that person was lost and walking in the deep snow, you could still see some heat coming out of where that person walked. So by having the drone hovering above the trees, they were able to find the missing person, which is pretty incredible when you think about it. I'm thinking that at some point the drones will be used, obviously by professionals. People will have, a few years of training to do their stuff. But instead of having someone drive around to deliver your Amazon stuff, you might have a drone dropping your stuff in front of your house that can all be set automatically. That's technology right there. But that would be cool to see all those drones hovering above each other, knowing, okay, there's something coming my way. I have to turn around if it was done properly and automatically. Also, if you're looking for someone, you don't even need to be driving behind them or risking your own life to go in the woods at minus 40, or in the snowstorm, or in a storm. If there was a boat stuck at sea, maybe you could use those big drones and just drive around and try to find them. That'd be pretty cool. I think the technology is pretty much at that point. Infrared. Okay. Vegas had a drone show for the implosion of the Tropicana. Cool. Yeah, that's something they can do now. Just send a drone in there and see exactly what happens in there. Does it really bring you to another dimension? Just kidding. Just don't buy a big money drone. The technology is changing so fast. Parts don't stay long on the market. Yeah, totally agree. I mean, I didn't pay for this drone. It was a gift. So, works for me. I tend not to buy stuff that changes fast other than computer, because everybody needs a computer now. And the computer I have behind me is 11 years old now. It's time for me to change it. The one I'm working on right now, um, that was one that was built specifically for me 4 years ago, 5 years ago, when COVID started and I was stuck working from home and my computer was full of viruses. 19 people watching. Wow, that's amazing. 11 more, and I'm doing a giveaway for a shirt. Uh, and I needed a computer fast, so I just paid my cousin $100. Do whatever you want, take the pieces you have at home and build me something, and that's what he did. Now, I purchased one from Staples. Um, I placed the order, I think it was on a Sunday. The following Friday, it arrived. I didn't have all the required pieces because all the computers now use display ports, and all the monitors I got for free at the hospital use HDMI. So I needed to get one of those display to HDMI adapters, which was arriving by Amazon on Sunday. And since I couldn't wait, I wanted to try the computer as soon as possible. I spent the whole day Saturday driving in town to try to find one of those adapters. I ended up finding one at a local computer store that was actually closed, but I figured I was going to give a call anyway. And the guy answered and is like, "Yeah, I just came to the office to pick a few things, and instead of having to call you back Monday, I figured I was just going to take the call." And I'm like, "Okay, well, I was just looking for that part." He's like, "Yeah, sure, we have one. Just come Monday." I'm like, "No, I have some coming tomorrow. If I am to buy one, it's going to be today." He's like, "Okay, well, come by right now. If you come here in the next 10 minutes, I'll stay open for you." So I went there within 10 minutes, bought the item that I was looking for, came back home, plugged everything, only to see the computer not working. The hard drive was broken. So I opened the ticket, got an answer on Monday. Yes, a shirt. 19 watching. Yes. At 30 people, I do a free t-shirt giveaway. So after a few emails, they told me, well, if your computer, the hard drive is broken, we're going to send you a replacement hard drive as long as you know how to change it. I'm like, obviously, I know how to change it. If I was able to find how to give you all that information about the error code and all that stuff, I'm not inventing those numbers. I can send you the hard drive if you want. So they're like, okay, we'll send you the hard drive and just make sure everything works out. And when it does, just send us the hard drive back. So I start looking around for a box at work to try to find a nice box to put the hard drive in to send it back. Meanwhile, Wednesday night, I was at my handball practice. Got an email from them saying that since the computer was still under warranty, I needed to send them the whole thing, and they would be working on my computer, and they'd be sending me the computer back. So Thursday morning, I printed the little return QR code that they sent me, put that on the box, send the computer away and everything away, and they gave me a USB QR code. The closest place for me to go and drop one of those box to return was an hour away. So I'm like, okay, if I have to drive to Bathurst, which is about an hour away, to bring that to UPS, I'm just going to go right at the Staples store and see if I can return it there and change it there. I mean, if it's going to cost me the gas to get there, I might as well go to the store because there's a Staples stores in Bathurst. But lucky for me, UPS drives at the hospital, so I was able to bring the box right at them. With the tracking number, I was able to see exactly where it was going. So the following Monday, which was about a week ago, it was delivered to them. I arrived home Tuesday night with a package waiting for me. My girlfriend's like, "You have a package for you." I'm like, I'm not waiting for anything today. I opened the box. There was a hard drive. So I sent the computer basically for nothing because the hard drive was shipped to me anyway. So I'm like, okay, I'm not going to say a word. I'm going to keep the hard drive. They're giving me so much trouble. I'm going to wait until the computer comes back and make sure that everything works out. They send me an email on Wednesday with a tracking number. Here's your tracking number, blah, blah, blah. I look at the tracking number, and it was a tracking number for the hard drive. I replied to their email saying, yes, I have the hard drive home, but you have my computer. I can't do anything without the computer. So it's been 3 weeks since I bought that computer and still can't use it because it's still not here. I think it was Wednesday. Let me check. Not Wednesday, sorry. Friday. Let me just confirm that. Confirm that they received your computer and they will ship it back. So that was Friday. We are currently waiting on the tracking number as a confirmation. We will follow up as soon as we have an update. We sincerely apologize for any inconvenience this has caused. If there's anything else we can assist you with, please don't hesitate to contact us. I mean, they've been nice. Like, I can't complain about that part. They were nice about it. Like, they didn't, it didn't cost me a thing other than the computer because I took it 6 equal payments, no interest. And, I made the first payment, but I still don't have the computer, which kind of sucked because, well, I need a new computer. This one behind me doesn't do much good. Although maybe if I just change a hard drive, maybe it would be better because apparently after 11 years, the hard drives are usually not that stable. I'm going to use that computer as a server, get rid of the old one back there, have the new one here, and my laptop, for which I bought RAM cards. RAM. Let me show you what I'm talking about. It should be in here. So it was only coming with 8 gigs of RAM when I bought it. So I decided to use... Oh, that could be smart, Marilyn. That could be very smart. I would just need to find a way to plug it safely and make everything working safely, I guess. So I decided to buy 2 of those 16 gigs RAM cards for my laptop. And once I did that, the laptop started crashing. Whenever I would be using the RAM, it was crashing the whole time. So I could leave a video playing while I went to bed, come back the next morning, and the computer would have been rebooted. I would need to log in again. And I'd be working on a video. I would need to save every time I make a change, because as soon as the computer was getting like in second gear, it'd be crashing. Blue screen, error, boom. So someone told me you have to check if one of those is the problem. Remove one, play with the computer. If it keeps crashing, change the card, remove the other one, and you'll see it might just be the one that's defective. Well, turns out that when I removed the first card, it kept crashing, and it kept crashing even more. I didn't even have to do a thing for the computer to crash, which in a way kind of makes sense, because having 2 cards, one of them is good. As soon as it would need the second one to work, that's when it would crash. But having just one, as soon as you need a little bit of power, which would mean the first card, like the only card, it would crash. It makes sense. I'm not very good with laptops usually, so I was kind of afraid I would lose some screws or some pieces or break it maybe even. But I did it. I opened it, changed the RAM card, and that was done Friday before my live stream. So I was hoping it wasn't going to reboot. I was waiting to see what was going to happen, and it didn't crash since Friday. Usually it would have crashed. So I'm guessing that this year is defective. When you pay $50 for a RAM card and it's defective, it sucks, especially when you only find out about 2 years later. So far, so good. Let's knock on wood. Hopefully, it'll stay good and won't crash again. But now it's causing me a tiny issue that I can probably fix easily. Updated for Microsoft Defender antivirus. So it seems that something is stopping my Windows to update. So I might have to format it and reboot it. But at least if it doesn't crash, a lot better. So this RAM card, garbage. Which is a good news. Very good news. That is what I do. They have adapters for them. Easy. Really? If you find one of those adapters on Amazon, let me know. At least so I can know what to look for. And even the hard drive in there is usually something I keep because I can buy those little case and it's giving me like a little portable hard drive I can use instead of just a regular USB card. I know sometimes like the IT guy at work told me not to trust those hard drives because they're not meant really to be moved. So sometimes just a tiny movement could make them crash and then you would end up losing all the stuff you have on them. But I use them as external hard drive and they're in a case. They're somewhere where they're not moving. They're not being moved. I just put stuff that if I lose, of course, I wouldn't be happy, but it wouldn't be the end of the world. Copies of documents I have, if I lose them, it's okay. And those little hard drive adapters, casings, sell for like $12 on Amazon, which is nothing, really. And it's actually, I've bought two so far, and I think I have one hard drive left somewhere back there. And I'm back to 12 watchers. People come in and leave, which is fine. People put it on, they go do something else. They're curious, they want to see who I am, which is all cool, but the best people stay in the chat, right? Download and install. Download and install. Updates available. Why aren't you downloading and installing? Let's see. Okay, might have to look a little bit more into this because plug to PC fan adapter cable. Cool. I didn't even know that this was a thing. Ta-da! So yeah, I can use those little fans. The one I have there, not pushing much, but maybe just enough to help with the computer. To help with the ceilings. Oh, so this crashed. Okay, that's fun. At least the computer's not crashing, so I know it was the RAM card. Let's see. Windows updates. It is downloading. 6%. Installing 11%, and it's gonna give me an error. And I hate when you look at when you Google it and someone else been running through the same problem as you, and then they're like, "Oh, all you have to do is this, and it's gonna work." But I did this, and it didn't work. So now I don't know. I'm thinking I might have to format it. I don't have much on that computer other than my editing software, and yeah, if I just have to reinstall my editing software and the laptop works, I'm gonna be very, very happy. Hey Lynn, how's it going? It's been a long time. Have used those fans to help with the rabbit tree ventilation too. Really? Those little computer fans? They don't push that much air. I mean, okay, I have one here. Let's do a little test. I don't even, like, it's not even pushing. There's just a little bit of hair. That might be one of the reasons too that the computer behind me is not doing too good. We have had a few little storms. Yeah, I've seen that. You were sharing on Facebook a few storms. And for some reason, usually we're the ones that get all the storms, and we didn't get anything at all. We had the big ones. No, Marilyn, you didn't really have big storms. Don't lie. Yeah, as long as you're okay. That's all that really matters. We want you to be okay and happy. Hazy Highland Homestead, thank you so much for stopping by. How's it going? 15 people watching. That's amazing. Thank you so much. So yeah, the laptop is still doing good. Hopefully that update will install. That there's one there for some reason that doesn't want. It keeps giving me an error, and when I look for the error, it's telling me that the installation code, when I read about it, there's nothing really that's helping me. Update history. Failed to install. It's always a fail to install. And it's always the same one. So it downloads, it just doesn't want to install. Driver updates. So the drivers are installing properly, but recovery. Resetting can take a while. First try resolving issue by running troubleshooter. Fix problem using Windows Update. Restart your device to change up settings. Creating a recovery drive. If I can manage to make the update, I will create a backup, recovery backup, but it doesn't want to go there. Update history, Windows Update. Let's see, 7%. Hopefully it downloads. The fans, we had bigger ones. Okay. Yeah, the one on that computer behind me is very small. No ice fishing here. The water is too frozen. It is not frozen. Sorry. I'm not reading well. Same here. Well, actually, the lakes are frozen, but not the seawater. So usually at this time of year, we go fish for smelts. Um, but the seawater is not frozen. It needs to be a lot colder for that water to freeze. Happy Sunday is going great here in northern Arizona. Awesome. Yeah. Well, I purchased one, and it's just, I don't know. Um, it didn't want to work, and I had to send it back, and now I'm waiting for the replacement to arrive. So maybe by next weekend, if not the one after. But apparently they're supposed to be fast. But I've been without a computer. Well, I've been without the new computer for 3 weeks, and I'm paying for it, so I would love to have it. Um, Lots of lakes, but no ocean. I miss the ocean. Yeah, I I guess there's a difference, right? Um, just to go at the beach, even if it's not warm, as long as it's not too cold. I mean, you can just go sit there, and the fresh, salty water, when you breathe, like it smells so good. It's so fun. But you might see it soon, Lynn, because you're trying to sell your house, right? I think the last news we got was that you were thinking about maybe moving to New Brunswick in 2025. That would be awesome. You'd be a lot closer to me, and obviously, I would uh, go help you guys if you need anything. Um, go help David. I know you guys have some family around here as well, but that's something I can do for you guys. So you have a new challenge or something for February, Lynn. And now I have a lot more stuff for camping as well. Last year, I wanted to go help Creekside, Maple, Homestead, Tony and Joni, but I wasn't really equipped to go sleep in the cold. But now I am. So if something happens that you move in September or October, I have the stuff to go sleep in my tent or in my vehicle, and I wouldn't even be in your way. I could just get up, help you, go to bed. You don't see me. And I'm in a freeze drying collab for February. Oh, that's awesome. It's pretty cool, although it's a collab that I can't do because I don't have a freeze dryer. But that's pretty cool that you have one. I'm guessing you're using it quite a lot, right? You can make all kind of things: freeze dry fruits, freeze dry vegetables, even dog treats and things like that. Yeah, it is pretty nice. Oh, I got a little frisson, and it's a little bit cold this morning. Yesterday, driving that long drive, after 3 hours, the Jeep gets very warm. So you put the heat down and you get out for 5 minutes to go put gas or to go for a little restroom break or whatever. And it's so cold outside that you go in and you're like frozen to the bones. But all that time, my girlfriend stayed in the Jeep, and she's still warm and hot, and oh, it sucks. It sucks. It was like minus 20 Celsius yesterday. But just one video for that. I have lots of content planned. Yeah. Well, I find in the winter the content stuff is a lot harder to make. Well, depending on what kind of channel you have. For me right now, I mean, I'm out of ideas. I can't really start planning stuff for another 3 weeks. I could do a little video on the drone if I could learn how to use it. I feel like I owe them that much. They sent me a free drone, and the first video I made was just basically me trying to drive the drone without really being able to. I have a lot of fishing gear, but can't really go fishing yet. So there's not going to be much videos about that in the upcoming days. I have an midterm exam on Friday, so I have to get some studying done. I have the book at least now. I can start reading, and I also know a little bit more what to expect from the course. So I'm guessing that if I go and read the assignments and stuff, should be good to go. Because the first quiz or first test or first exam you have is always kind of, you don't know what to expect. It's always unknown. You don't know like what kind of questions they're going to ask. The first one was like the first course I did was law and ethics, about pharmacy stuff. So you have no clue, like, are they going to ask us what we would do in specific situations, which you use your logic. You always keep in mind that if I have to save someone's lives, even if I have to do something illegal, ethically it's the right thing to do, right? But there's also, I was expecting questions like that, but they were asking more questions about what's the name of the company in Canada that takes care of that thing. What's the name of the company that takes care of that thing? And that's not really what I was expecting, but I still ended up with 84 average on that class. And then the next one is the pharmaceutical pharmacology. Didn't really know what to expect. I was expecting something like this medication is used for what, and this one is used for what, but that's not what we got. We got questions about stuff that we were never even taught. So it was kind of hard. I didn't do the best on the first quiz, but then again, like, if I would have done a whole lot better, it would have given me like 0.5% extra on my final grades. So I'm good with that. I just need to focus on the midterm because I need to pass the midterm. And if I pass the midterm and the final exam, I'll be all right. I know it's unpopular, but Amazon has good prices on grow lights. It's not that unpopular, honestly. I order from Amazon on a weekly basis. Grow lights. Let's see. Grow lights. Oh yeah. Well, most of those. Just be careful though. Depending on what you order, because a lot of that stuff is also available on Temu and on like other Chinese websites, which is okay. Like I mean, I'm not here to tell you where to order from, but sometimes you can get that stuff for a lot cheaper than what you would get on Amazon. Just saying. It's always good to shop around a little bit. But yeah, I can see limited time deal right now, like $5 off, $20 for grow lights. If you just click grow lights, like the second one that's popping up, I actually have it here. Let's see if I can share you that light and show you what I have. Entire screen, this one here. So I purchased this grow light a couple of years back, and yeah, I'm still using it. I don't think that one grows as well as the ones I bought from Walmart. Like it might just be the type of seeds I was growing as well. Like I just bought them last year and used them once. I guess I would need to learn a little bit more and do a little bit more testing, but they're still doing a lot better than not having any lights at all. And what I like is you can clip them, and the lights, you have 2 different settings. You have like, well, I think it's actually 3 different settings. Yeah, 3 switch modes. So you have like this, and like this, which I don't know. I think one is more for like fruits, and one is more for plants, and one is for both, I think. And you can set the timer, but I don't use a timer on that because I have a timer right in my electric input. But yeah, the clip is a good thing also. But with my shelves, because in my bedroom I have shelves like this, it was very hard to find a place to put the clip because it doesn't really fit there. I had to put it like on the side here. You don't really see me big enough, I suppose. Let me just stop that. Like I had to put it like here, but because this is too thin, and to try to clip it to the next little plastic thing, it was too wide. So what I had to do is take like a little piece of strapping, put it there, and then I was able to clip it on tight enough. Amazon lost one of my packages the other day. They replaced it, and I got both of them at the same time. Yeah, pretty much the same thing happened to me when I was sending a little present for Patrick Cost about 2 years ago. The package was delivered in a totally different town. I don't know. Well, I don't know exactly what city Patrick lives in. I don't remember. But it was supposed to be like, I'll just say random names. It was supposed to be shipped to him in Montreal, and it was shipped in Quebec, marked as delivered. So I just sent them an email saying, hey, it was sent to the wrong place. And they sent a new one. And not too long after, Patrick received the other one. So he's like, hey, I have them both. Well, he's like, if someone wants it, well, I'll take it back if you don't mind. Which was kind of cool because we got 2 for the price of 1. So basically, he got 1 for free, and I got 1 for paying for it, which was okay. I will be talking about our moving plans in a video this month. Cool. I just can't wait to see what the future has for you guys. I mean, I know you've been talking about moving for a few years now, and I just hope, let's say positive, I hope that you guys get what you want with the property you want, with all the plannings that you have. Hopefully everything just goes smoothly, that the house sale goes well, and you get exactly what you want. And then you'll be able to have your goats, your chickens, and all the rest of the beautiful stuff you want to have, and you'll be able to have a beautiful life and live happily ever after. Soon the cats will be locked in the basement. True. Mine's will be, my cat will be locked upstairs. It's always locked upstairs. Oh, no goats. It's not the goats you wanted? What was it? You said you wanted some cows or horses. No, it was horses. Yeah. I think you said something about horses. And yes, I totally get you, Marilyn. Although my cat was not bad. I have a few plants on next to the window, and he doesn't really go after them. I have my barbecue rosemary still growing, and he didn't go after it yet. Although it might be different when I have a bunch of them. I guess I'll have to test him a little bit more to see. Let me just shut this down here. Yeah. All right. Well, I've been on for a little bit more than an hour, which is usually what I'm aiming for. Oh, they don't go into house plants. but the seedlings, the soil is a big litter for them. Yeah, well, I have all the seedlings. When I start them in my bedroom, and the cat doesn't go in my bedroom. Well, this might be a spoiler, but I've been working on my seedling setup all last week. Cool. So this is in the next video coming. Yeah. Oh, well, that means that you don't expect to move before the end of the summer. I guess we will have to watch your video to find out more. Interesting. And everyone in the chat, if you're watching this on a replay, if you're in a chat somewhere, all the people you see in the chat here, they're all amazing creators. Even though Marilyn doesn't live a homestead by the beach, doesn't share much videos, the ones that are already there are amazing. Bucket List Homestead Lynn is doing some incredible stuff as well. Easy Highland Homestead, also a great channel. Dave Knight is also another great creator. And all the ones that I miss, Huga Homestead, Rebecca Touched by Yarn, you can follow them and go give them some love. They all deserve it. Incredible creators. We're so fortunate to be able to see each other in real life at least once a year. Although I might not happen this year, depending on the timing. But then again, if Lynn moves, well, maybe I will see her in 2025. Who knows? We'll have to wait and see what happens. Well, my coffee is getting cold, and I'm going to need to get up and get on with my day. So thank you, everyone, for being here. Have a great week. Have a great Sunday afternoon and the rest of the day. And we'll see you guys later. The conference this year will be after summer. Yeah, no, there's going to be two, I think. I know Rambling with Rooms is making one in the Ottawa area in spring, and you guys are making one at the end of the summer. So it will all depend on the timing, when the date officially comes out, if it's in a good time or not. But obviously, if I can go, I would love to go. It's always a matter of finance, my college, work, kids, and a bunch of stuff. But hopefully everything goes well. Even if I can't go, I'm wishing the best. So thanks, everyone, for being here, and I'll see you next time. Take care.